Good morning. Good morning, Facebook. It is Thursday, 9:01 a.m. and we are here going Lone Orange Live. And Aiden, I've got a special guest here. Can you say hi?
Hi,
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Aiden.
And Aiden is here to help join me today. So we're here at the beautiful Union Lake. It's kind of a rainy, dreary day, but we actually just got out of church. In our faith tradition, today is actually a holy day. So that's why Aiden is off of school, and that's why we spent our morning starting at church. Yeah, we get tomorrow. That's right. He gets off tomorrow and today. Which is a nice 4-day weekend after Halloween. So just wanted to hop on here though, and the goal is to still be here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. So here we are, no matter what, right? And Aiden's going to help me talk about visual business identity and why that's important. So first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Tiffany Huckelman, and I am the founder and owner of Lone Orange Brand Design and Consulting. And our whole mission is we believe that solopreneurs have something very special to do in the world, and that's why you got into business. So our goal is to help make sure that you have that success. And just a second, you're gonna have to wait till I'm done talking, and then you'll get your turn. And we want to make sure to help you be successful in that work, and to help figure out who you are, how you want to show up in the marketplace, and make sure that you're communicating that appropriately to the marketplace so that you can attract the right clients, and clients that you love, and be profitable so that you can be successful in your business and the work that you're doing. So that's why we're here today. Last week we talked about perceived value and how we communicate our value even when we're not in the room, and how it's all about other people perceiving what our value is, and how we as the owners get to control that and get to form that, which is a pretty powerful and exciting and scary thing to do all at once, right? Because it's kind of scary to be that vulnerable and put it out there, but it's really important for you to control that and to think about it so that you can control the communication that you're putting out there. So the big thing we want to talk about today, and that Aiden's going to help me talk about today, you need to be smiling. People are going to think you're grumpy. Is visual business identity. So your perceived value is largely communicated through your visual identity. They say, what is it, 90% of communication happens visually. So it's really easy, especially when you're getting into business, to think that your visual identity is just not important, or that it's not important to have a nice logo, or it's just good enough to get something kind of slapped together, or it's adequate enough, or maybe you don't even need a website, or maybe it's okay to just print off your own business cards at home. All of that sends a message. And so all of that is fine, but it all sends a message, and you are controlling what that message is. So we just shared or I guess later today we'll share a blog post that I wrote actually a couple years ago called "Got Somewhere to Go and Not Dressed Up." And I want to talk a little bit about why this is important, and Aiden's going to help me. So Aiden was actually just in a wedding this weekend, and what were you in the wedding?
The ring bearer.
He was the ring bearer. So what did you have to do to be prepared to be the ring bearer?
Get dressed up.
Get dressed up. What does that mean? You should be talking to the camera, not to Matt. Hi, Matt. Can you talk to the camera, please? Why was it important for you to get dressed up?
Because everybody else was dressed up, and if I wasn't dressed up, then I would not fit in to be the ring bearer.
Good. Why did we have to get dressed up for a wedding?
Because it's a sacrament, and sacraments are important.
Awesome. It's a very special day, and it's pretty important for Christina and Justin that we show respect
I don't know
to their...
Christina and Justin.
That's okay. And I know, you're right. It's okay. They're friends, and I bet they just figured out that they were the wedding that we were at. So what would have happened, Aiden, if you had shown up in what you're wearing right now, in your play clothes?
They would kick me out of being a ring bearer.
You think so?
And get a new one.
Why?
And replan the wedding.
Why do you think they would have kicked you out?
Because I wouldn't fit in
Okay.
to the wedding.
Do you think they would have trusted you to be the ring bearer? Do you think they had confidence in you to be a good ring bearer? Do you think you were representing them at the wedding? You were representing them at the wedding, and so they wanted you to look nice and be appropriate for the wedding, weren't you? I know you are. It's okay. A couple more minutes. You guys say hi to people out there. Say hello, anybody joining us. If you're joining us on replay, make sure that you type replay in the comments so that I can come back and say hi. So this is actually a relevant point that as a business, we got to figure out how we're showing up, and we got to think about that and how that's communicating. So if we're showing up with homemade or patched together, cobbled together, cobbled together kind of visual identity, you're sending a message. And so it's really important to be thinking about what that message is. Hello, everybody who's joining us live. I've got Aayden here, and so we're always trying to make a good impression. Think about when going on a first date. You're gonna get dressed up. You're gonna look your best. You're gonna try to make the best first impression. Have you ever been on a first date and got food stuck in your teeth, or got toilet paper stuck to the bottom? You have? You've been on a first date?
No.
Oh, we might need to talk about that.
But I got the stuff that you said.
Oh, you've gotten food stuck in your teeth?
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Do you think that made a very good impression? So that's why it's important to get it out, isn't it? That's why it's important to brush your teeth. Or get toilet paper stuck on the bottom of your shoe, or your shirt tucked into your underpants. Okay, that's enough. So it's the same for business. We want to look our best, and we're matchmaking with potential clients. So we got to make sure that we're looking our best. And you're going to send a message. No matter what you're doing, you can go ahead and go if you're ready.
Look.
I know. You're going to send a message no matter what. And that your message will either be forgettable, and they'll see you and never have another thought of you. You'll be rememberable, so that they will remember you, whether they need to buy from you now or whether they need to buy from you later. That's going to make an impression. Or they will be bad. You can actually make a bad impression with your visual identity. You can actually undermine the success and the value that you offer by presenting less than quality, less well-produced material. So that's why it's important to think about what it is that you're communicating, and then making sure that that visual identity is actually communicating that. So when I'm talking visual identity, I'm talking about your logo, your website, your business cards, your marketing material, your brochures, your anything that people see that represents your business. Could be your billboard if you have a billboard, TV commercial, how you look on Facebook Live. That's why I have makeup on. That's why I get up on Thursday mornings and put makeup on for you, because it's sending a message about my brand. So when your visual identity is polished and professional and well produced, well designed, you're making a good impression. You're making a memorable impression. And believe it or not, your visual impression is communicating a lot. It's communicating your company's personality and your values. It builds trust and confidence in your company, just like the tuxedo reference. If Aayden had showed up at the wedding without his tuxedo on, he probably would not have been allowed to be the ring bearer, because he wasn't instilling trust and confidence in his ability to be a good representative of the bride and groom. It also sends a message about what people can expect from working with you. So if you're paying attention to the details of your own visual identity, you actually are sending a message about how the quality that you're going to provide for for working with your clients as well. And here's the kicker: you're actually sending a message about what they should expect to pay for you. Yeah, because if you've been to a website, I know you have. You've been to a website that looks really fantastic and you're like, oh, this is too expensive for me, and move on. Or even worse, gone to a website and seen something that looked really not very good. It was hard to understand. It was cluttered. Hello, hi, whoever's joining us. I can't see on my phone who's joining us, so hello, whoever you are. Thank you for joining us. But it's now I've lost my train of thought. That's my bad. Sorry about that. But when you go to that website and it's confusing, functionality is bad, it's cluttered, you don't understand what's going on, well then they're going to expect to not pay very much for you, and so you're communicating to them what they should expect to pay. So think about the websites and the materials that you've seen and what that has done to you and what you expect to work from those people. I think there's a perfect example. I have a client who is an identity, like a personal identity. You can't lean on me, sweetie. A personal identity. She helps people look really fantastic and dress for success. Well, I remember it distinctly. We were actually at a networking event and I was telling somebody else what I do, and she was standing there and she pulled me aside. She said, "Tiffany, I need to talk." And so we walked up to the side. She said, "It just dawned on me that I am selling myself to make other people look really great, and I made my own brochure and I printed off in my basement when I need it. And I'm realizing that is completely undermining what I'm trying to do out there and what I'm trying to do for people." And she said, "I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting clients or why they didn't expect to pay my prices." Now this woman is highly she's done a lot. She's achieved a lot. She's very well known in her industry. So her prices were absolutely right on, but she wasn't communicating that. And that was powerful. So we completely redesigned her business card and her brochure. And the next time she came back to me for a reprint, we had to change it and increase her prices by 60%. Yeah, 60%. Just because having that quality material actually gave her the confidence to share her message, to ask the prices, and people had no problem paying that. Pretty amazing what your visual business identity can do. All right, so just in terms of wrapping things up, I'm getting a little shaky here. Sorry, my hand is getting tired apparently. So your visual identity really is your visual voice, and we don't think about your visuals being a voice, but they really are, because they are communicating something. Hello, I see other people joining us. Hello, welcome. If you are joining us on replay, don't forget to say let me know that you're on replay so I can come back and say hi. If you are, let me see if I can see comments. If you are here live, go ahead and say hi. Since I'm on my phone, I don't have a lot of real estate on my screen, so I can't see who's here, but welcome, and I'm glad you're joining me. We're actually, I was saying at the beginning, we're here in Union Park. It's kind of a dreary day, but look at those colors. Isn't that amazing? It's beautiful out here. Aayden was on talking with me earlier, but he got a little impatient, so he's off playing now. So that's why the whole visual. Good morning, Liz. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. So that is the whole importance of your visual identity, and it's often something that people overlook because, again, as solopreneurs, we get into business for what we do and what we're good at, and we're not thinking about how we're presenting that. And that's what I'm here to do, to help. That's what I want to help make sure that you are presenting that message appropriately and clearly and consistently and confidently. All right, so I'm going to sign off and get on to my day with my family. But next week we're going to talk about branding versus marketing. I find that a lot of people think it's the same thing. And when I tell people that I do branding and that I help companies with branding, they think, "Oh, okay, you're a marketer. You can help me with that." But marketing is not the same thing as branding, believe it or not. So next week we're going to talk about that and talk about the differences and where they overlap for sure, but why they're different and why we need to pay attention to them differently. All right, so in the meantime, check out the website. I'll put the link to the website back in the comment section here. If you are interested in having a discussion about your brand to see what you need to be paying attention to, what are you communicating to people, sometimes we get too close to it. So if you want to pay attention to what you're communicating to people, and if you want to have that conversation, on my website you can schedule a 30-minute, zero obligation consultation call where we'll just talk about what you need for your business, where you feel like maybe you're missing the mark, and to see if Lone Orange can help. And if we can, we'd love to help. If we can't, we're going to help you get on the right track. So I would love to have that conversation with you. Go ahead, go check out the website and sign up. Sign up for one of those appointments. There's also some other great blogs on there. I'll put a link to the Flashback Friday blog. We'll put that up tomorrow, I guess. And I will look forward to seeing you next week when we'll talk about branding versus marketing. Have a great day, guys. Bye.